know what that means. Yes. It's day 11, y'all. Day 11 of this dang on trial. What's going on? Give me some bells. Let me know you can hear me. Let's bring this energy up. We're bringing these vibes up a little bit. I don't know what kind of day y'all had. I had a great day. But we want to make sure at the end of the day, we realize we are here, obviously in good enough health to be on YouTube. We're not in a storm. Hopefully not.
Like where he gone.
Yeah.
They want to see me fall. They praying I don't make it. But I'm already gone. They trying to shoot me out the sky. You gon' see fireworks tonight. I told my mama not to worry. They couldn't get me if they tried. Yeah. I've been through too much, they shot my shooter. We kill our own kind, they shooting schools up. I heard you on now, I don't trust rumors. I tried to calm down, I'm still way too much. My stress way too much, I can't give two fucks. Ain't got none left, I gave my two up. I threw the deuce up at dudes who grew up. I'm still a grown kid who sip a juice cup. Don't care whose crew's up, it was nice to know ya. I almost screwed up and made slight maneuvers. I cut the snake's head just like Medusa. And I'm still waiting for them to do something. But while I'm right here, I might just write here. The things I daydream will give you nightmares. The street light's still out, now that's a night tear. I risk my life each night for this night air. Peace.
Everybody live at the same time. What? All this energy out here. You see what R. Kelly doing? Yo. All right. I'm ready. But you know, I like to start things off, a little bit proper.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Love in this light. This God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Well, that was weird. Yeah. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Peace, world. Peace. Welcome or welcome back. Yeah, I'm Goddess Dawn, the warrior, baby. And I'm back. Not only am I back, but I'm live to recap day 11 of R. Kelly's New York Rico trial with y'all. My Goddess Warrior Queens will be joining me on stage, hopefully. And if you're feeling froggy today, you can leap up here too, baby. Yep. As long as you're respectful in tone and in language to myself and my fam, including the ones in the chat, in the bushes, and in the replay, then we good, Come on up. Feel real free. I'm in the chat for a second. Yeah, that's what that was. So listen, I'm so thankful to be here in the flesh, not just in spirit, as many are. Yeah. Thanking my creator for waking me up this morning. So thankful for these breaths that I breathe and everything else up to today and beyond. And especially, yes, I'm especially thankful for my warrior fam, the queens coming on the panel, the kings and queens in the chat, the bold ones, the fearless ones, the ones who aren't afraid to use their voice. Yes, we are here together on a very important mission. We are here to represent for victims, survivors, especially children, and the people who are affected by the trauma that their loved one has endured. This is a safe space, one where people can come and express themselves or just be supported with the comfort in knowing that you are blamed, shamed, or judged in any way, shape, or form. Not here. You are not alone. And there is nothing to fear. Absolutely not. So with that being said, one more time, I want to do a call for energy. I feel like I need an extra boost, like, that booster they trying to give y'all with this vaccine, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. But yeah, let's do this, y'all. Yep, let's go, y'all. Let's get the energy up in this clubhouse, baby. Yeah. Let's raise the vibes in here. Let's raise the frequency up in this bitch. Yep. Give me some bells. Give me some purple hearts for the war heroes in this battle. That's right. It is a battle, you know, a spiritual battle for sure. Yeah. Know where you stand and stand firm in your knowing, in your truth. Yes. The world is not what you want to handle that for you. You don't want the world to decide who you are. You don't want the world to decide which direction to go in on your journey. Follow your mind, baby. Follow your knowing. And ultimately, follow your heart. It's all about love, baby. Yeah. Hey, more of this talk on Shot of Love on Sundays. Join me there. 10 minutes of this shit. Yes, we are the dopest, baby. Let me see that energy. Let me see some bells. Give me some hearts. Give me something.
Get up, get up, get up. We the dopest. Get up, get up, get up. We the dopest. Get up, get up, get up. We the dopest. Get up, get up, get up. We the dopest. Get up, get up, get up. One's for the money,
two's for the show, three's for the dope. Cause you know we finna blow up.
And if you don't, it's 'cause
You niggas ain't listening. First place, so don't ever ask who my position is. King of my city, got a key to my city.
anybody I need to see in my city.
Let's go.
Be in my city if you ain't chilling with me.
Hey.
I'm killing the beast and I be killing the beast. Let's go. Be murdering tracks with my snap. Go home, fuck your bitch and put my hat back on. I'm the man, I'm the man.
Don't make me say it again.
Got a lot of niggas hating.
I ain't playing with them.
I'ma prove I'm the best. I'm playing my jams in the crib or the whip.
Or wherever I am.
Never been in the Navy, but I'm a veteran and you can compare me to them and see how much better I am.
Let's go. Yeah, baby. We got this.
Get up. We the dopest. Get up. Get up.
We are the dopest, baby. That means the best. That means we are on top. Yes.
We the dopest. Get up. Get up. Get up. We the dopest.
Hey.
Get up. Get up. We the dopest. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Woo! Oh, yes. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. I got somebody backstage trying to come up on the stage. It's Baby Yoda. What's going on, Baby Yoda? How you feeling on this Thursday?
I'm doing good.
You got up, and up. Get up, get up, get up, get up. You up, baby.
Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Yeah.
I love that song.
She's up. Yes, we love it. Yes, we do. I'm just got a background music back on, you know. Okay. Cali swag, baby. So we had yet more activity today. Day 11 of this insane trial. It's insane. So let's get into it. You know, I had some, sorry about yesterday, y'all. I don't know what was going on. I had to mess around with my internet, but I guess it was a regional situation. But I'm back. Let's not jinx it, though. Praise to my creator and divine feminine, my angels, my ancestors. Thank you all so much for watching over, guiding, protecting. Yes, me and my people here. All right, y'all. So what are we starting off with today? What are we doing today? So we're here to talk about it, day 11, and also other things connected to the trial. We don't just talk about the trial, you know, we talk about other things connected to the trial also, such as an IG account that I came across. Again, it was something I have, you know, I was familiar with it before. I used it on my videos, actually. And we're going to go into that and then, you know, some other shit. Hey, Love Warriors here in the clubhouse.
Yes, Miss Stella. Day 11.
Hello.
All right. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Yes. Yes.
It's a good day. It's a good day when we're all here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Eating healthy, good. Yeah. All right. So what's going on? So we had a lot happen today also. I don't know, if you have input, but as always, feel free to jump on in with whatever it is. I think you sent a video that I had already queued up, so we were on the same page with regard to that little 2-minute thing. I might just
this.
That's right.
Well,
I might just
listen.
throw that up. I think I'm awake because we're gonna recap a little bit because we had a little rocky of an ending yesterday, a little abrupt ending. I want to clarify. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I kept getting kicked out and stuff, so when I came in to end the live, I just bounced in enough time to say I'm trying to end this motherfucker. But then I got kicked out. So it sounded like I basically came in, said that, and then left. And it was so rude. But I didn't, I was trying to figure it out myself. But I'm glad to be here. Thank you for your patience and all of that. Let's just I guess we were leaving off at Rashana Lamphair's, or Greg Lamphair, her father's funeral, where she actually stood up to speak. I think that's where we left off. So I'm thinking maybe I'll pick up there. Let me just see how I have this laid out. Usually I already have it laid out. So let me just see what's going on. I know I want to debunk some lies. I love doing that. I know especially Baby Yoda don't like it. She don't like hearing the bullshit. But they get a lot of people, who, a lot of ears and eyes. And I just feel like it's just kind of our duty in a sense, at this point. It's not going to affect the jury, but it's just where I'm at. Let's see who's in the chat. I ain't did that yet. That's rude. Oh, we don't want to be rude. Okay, so let's go up here. Who else has a device and could throw me out some help me out? I got to scroll up. All right, here we go. Of course, Beautiful Spirit is here. Oh, you the first one in the chat, girl? Oh, what? And you backstage. All right. Beautiful. Welcome back, Ma. Hi.
Hey, beautiful. Looking good.
Thank you. How you
Marcus is here, y'all. Marcus and Thomas. We got some masculine energy in the clubhouse. Thank you guys for gracing us. Sharon Moore is here. And Sharon, I'm in LA, so I'm right with you. I'm not in New York, but we will do our best to bring what we know regarding today's proceedings. And of course, there are, again, people reading transcripts, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to get down to the details, you have that out there also. I'm just scrolling. J-Man is here. Yes, he is locked and loaded. Mogul Giant came back. He's back. Flawless Beauty is here. Queen Keisha's here. And Aisha is in the clubhouse. I feel like we're good to go. Chrissy Powers here. Angela Boom, baby. Yeah, welcome back. Of course, Baby Yoda. Miss T428, welcome back. Yes, love the bells. Rock the bells, baby. Okay, I'm scrolling. Joel Jackson is here. Joel, thanks for coming into my community comments. I be needed the soldiers, the warriors in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Debunking the bullshit. Thank you for that. I see everything, or at least I try to. I think we're good. JC is here. All right, JC, welcome back. True Seeker 59. It's my girl. All right, sis. It's been a minute. Welcome back. She doing cartwheels in the chat. Jada Washington's here. Yeah, welcome back, or welcome. All right, y'all. We are here. We doing this thing. We recapping. We've been here every damn day. We need to give ourselves some props. Shout out to us, because R. Kelly ain't paying no bills in these establishments. All I'm saying. But he is bringing us all together, and get an eye opener to a lot of things that maybe we weren't aware of that go on in some households. We need to make sure all of the stuff is brought to light, the veil is removed, so we can air all of this shit out and make sure that it stops happening. Understand? That's what the deal is here. I think a couple of things to start off with here, just to get the
Run.
He was trying to hide them tapes, y'all. He was booking, trying to get away. But here we are, however many decades later, still facing this shit. He's still dealing with this shit. Can't run far. You can't run far enough. What else do we have here? Got to bring some humor to the situation, y'all, and some reality. That's why, I keep bringing certain things, because we need to remember. We need to remember who we're dealing with. We got people out here trying to say this guy is such a good guy. Oh, he's such a good guy. Loves children, loves his children. Where? That's the question. Let me get this thing right. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Thank you. Check it out.
You don't understand. I am handcuffed like a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm handcuffed by my destiny. It's too late. They should have did this shit 30 years ago. It's too late. The music has been injected into the world. Okay? I hired my motherfucking self. I want to propose a toast to all the strong motherfuckers in here right now.
Yes, sir.
Motherfuckers like you is why I still continue to do what I do. As long as I got the ball, the world is on defense.
And clearly he no longer has the ball. So I guess we can all rest easy that we no longer have to be on defense. Thank the Lord. I wonder how many of those enabler or enterprise members are hitting the stand or have hit the stand. We have, a few of those people who are going to be making appearances, or if they haven't already. So you got to laugh. You got to laugh to keep from crying, because this is some sick shit right here. We are hearing some new ridiculous stuff every single day, new and more twisted as the days go by. Please make sure you all are praying regularly, as I hope you are, especially for protection and doing whatever's necessary to stay cleansed of the dark energy that this situation is saturated in. Keep positive things and people around you, and especially keep your state of mind in a positive space consciously. Like, be conscious of your moods. Don't let yourself wallow in anger or negativity in general, because of course we're going to feel those things. They're emotions. We have to feel our emotions, but don't wallow in those things, because you absolutely create in physical form what you consistently think and feel. Period. Pooh. Period. So that's Sunday. Again, Shot of Love. Join us for that. That's what we do over there. But I want to recap yesterday, and before moving on to today's happenings. We know that Faith was on the stand. Jane Doe, I don't remember which number, but Jane Doe, victim witness.
Number 6, Goddess.
Jane Doe, number 6. They continued with her testimony today. And there were some other witnesses also, some experts, and also another victim witness. They said that she was reluctant, but that she did come forth. I do have some notes from, I guess, today's cross-exam of Faith. Does anybody have anything they want to, y'all want to add anything in here? Just feel free to jump in if so. Please.
I've got a little bit of notes, Goddess. I'll let you, yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's see. from what I understand today, of course, like I said, I'm not in New York, but I'm gathering information and whatnot, and being that we're coming kind of early, I realize, some people who really want to get the real information, they come a lot later, but, we try to come a little earlier just to accommodate people we know, especially during the week. Goldie Bay, welcome back. So I know that they said it started today at about 11 a.m., which was later than usual. I do remember that we had some weather going on, right?
Exactly. That's exactly right, Goddess.
Flash storm.
Right.
So yeah, prayers up to everybody in these extreme weather conditions all over, because there's different things happening all over the world, really, but definitely New York and New Jersey, right? And of course, we're talking a New York trial in Brooklyn. As you can see, people were tweeting and their situations, and I was just thanking God it wasn't me, because I am not. That's just not my thing right there. So, picture of the subway station in Manhattan. So I think that could have been why. Do we know if this is why trial started late? Because they had a tweet here, as you can see, day 11. Trial is probably starting late, considering everyone associated with R. Kelly is waiting outside the courthouse, and we don't know why, he says.
That's the reason
No,
why.
you're exactly right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So they're saying tomorrow's going to be a short day. I think tomorrow, so we'll take the day off tomorrow here. I'm going to give everybody, we're going to get a day off tomorrow, unless we do something in the member, like a after, not an after dark, but like something maybe where we kind of really talk shit and we kind of really like get on some people. But otherwise, I think we'll just come back Saturday and, talk about whatever happens tomorrow, and then, whatever else we want. Was that feeling like on your ends over there?
Yeah, tomorrow will be fine. I mean, first they had a day off.
Is everybody okay? Everybody good? I'm doing a check-in.
Yeah.
Wellness
check. I was just gonna say, if Joy testifies tomorrow, I would want you to consider a recap. But if Joy doesn't testify, I'm fine with whatever.
That's a go. So yeah, this person was saying 4 to 5 witnesses left for the government, or either, I don't know if they were saying 4 to 5 witnesses today or 4 to 5 witnesses left, but they just said 4 to 5 witnesses. No court on the 6th, 7th, and 8th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, but resuming on the 9th and 10th. Because
I heard they were supposed to go through like tentatively the 13th, and
I don't know. We'll see as it unrolls. Because Labor Day is next week, right? Or this weekend? I'm all confused.
No, it's this weekend.
This weekend.
Oh, I'm messed up.
You already on your little holiday, huh? Miss Baby Yoda. Yes, right. Yeah. That's that working man's holiday. So let's see. Before I get into the recap of yesterday, I think that's what I have first. I'm trying to think. Do I have that? Hold on, y'all. Let me just pull up some audio, because, it's always good to hear what people are talking about. I think it's just important. Let's see what this one is.
Is Dottie gonna go first? No, Dottie's gonna go after us, because today it was not that much today. They didn't start court until 11 o'clock, and then the people that got on, they were not long-winded. It was very, very short. And there's very good news from what I've heard, what happened today. It's very good news. Somebody that the prosecutor thought a witness for them backfired on them. So, and it was something very, very, very good for Robert. She's gonna come in and tell you the details of it. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Okay. I don't want to spoil it, so she's gonna give you details. I got the small snippet of what happened. But God is good, God is moving. Things are not going the way they planned. Prosecutor was really not happy at all. Well, when you do wrong, good don't follow. Right.
Beautiful spirit. I love the facials because I'm with you. Like, do they know that God is working now? Like right now? Like in the moment? Everything happening right now is justice? Karma? Like
I gotta go get my cup, my drink. I gotta go get my cup right here, girl.
Okay, so that was dry mouth today. Talking about how they're being and he's coming home, the same, same delusional optimism, I like to call it. I don't understand where that comes from because I heard today that the DNA expert confirmed that the DNA was like, what was what was the term? 36?
No nillion. Yeah, no nillions. I never even heard of that word. No nillions, y'all. 30 zeros.
Well, he said something different. He said something different on the stand. Hold on, let's get that word though, because it's a word. Hold on. It's a lot of zeros. 11 billion, decillion, 33 zeros.
Wow.
33 zeros of a chance. So it's one against that. It's not his sperm. It's his sperm. She told the testimony as to how it got there. Go ahead. You were going to say something?
I thought the connection was messing up again, but
oh Lord, please don't call that in. No, we rebuke that all day. We're not doing that. What else you got?
I just can't get over how she said that with a track.
Oh yeah, she didn't just say that. I might as well play the other one I have since we are already right here, y'all. Brace yourself.
We looking really good, man. I mean, if the jury don't throw this case out, man,
yuck.
It's got to be really, really like a joke of a trial for real. I mean, because this stuff is supposed to be really all the shit they talking about right now. This is just about Kel's personal life. I don't see no Rico in this. I don't see no bribery. I don't see no sex trafficking. All I see is some personal relationship bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And if it was any domestic violence, it's supposed to be a state case, not a federal case. And which a lot of them didn't report, didn't go to the police station, do none of that shit, man. That's why, like, sometimes I don't really want to know what these so-called alleged victims saying, because, like I said in the beginning, it's a bunch of bullshit.
So that he just tells you right there he's uninformed. How do you form an opinion and you don't have the facts?
He's like, just personal bullshit. If it was any domestic violence, that'd be state charge, not federal. That's a damn lie. Like
this is his personal life. If he thinks this is just somebody's personal life, I hate to see what's going on behind closed doors at his spot.
But he's hoping and praying that he could have been a part of that personal life. But I hate to see my beautiful Black people, our culture, get on the internet and look so ignorant and stupid. I mean, enough is enough. It's embarrassing.
True that.
It makes you not even want to claim I don't think some people. I'm sorry, but the Black culture, the community is not going to claim you no more. You are not going to be one of us because this here is stupid. But you're going to say something like that. And then I'm so tired. I'm tired of these so-called, they're not women, and they're not females either, if you ask me, like, Dry Fox or whatever the hell her name is. This shit has to stop. It has to end. I mean, they running around, they catching flights. They run. They spreading COVID. They sitting up there. I ain't no telling. All making up all these new strands, and they going like yesterday. I cannot get over how they ran up on that woman's father.
Oh,
These
yeah.
people have a death wish. I wish either the feds would make an example and lock somebody up, because I think that's why they taking this stuff to another level with the harassment of the victims and the witnesses and their family and the threats. They sent death threats because he forgot. I remember when he first hit the scene. I got the team. I got the team. I don't know what gangster nigga do that with the tossing and the wrist and shit. But anyway, he threatened LaShawna Landfair first. He said, we're going to kill the bitch to stop her from getting on the witness stand. That's what he said. Then he turned around and threatened another victim. They sit up there, they try to act this shit out. They was prideful about talking to Star 6-7. They was prideful about having communication with a lot of R. Kelly's camp, his Enterprise crew. And knowing that these people giving up these victims' addresses, they showing up at the witnesses' jobs and stuff. I mean,
Right.
somebody, the law needs to do something, or either the street laws need to do something. I think the reason why they keep running around carrying on like vigilantes is because nothing has been done to them. They have not suffered no kind of consequences. And I know I'm impatient. I be wanting Karma to come through because she is the coldest bitch ever. But I wish she would hurry up and arrive. But you know, that's just when it's meant to be. And I think because it's to spiritual warfare, and the Lord need all these other people alive, and he need them to go ahead and face the music for right now. And then he'll probably throw them in the lion's den when he's done. Because this stuff here, that was the most ignorant shit ever he could have said I have ever heard in my life. And then to put this shit out there on the internet for the world to see, that just sounds stupid. You got some followers that, that's real talk. Oh yeah, you so
well, that's what they want to hear. That's what they want to hear. But that's why I think it's important, because these people have hundreds of followers, hundreds of people watch these people. Seriously, like, and that's what boggles the mind. This is nothing truthful there at all. You don't even know the facts of the case at all.
Well,
I don't want to hear. I don't even want to hear.
He never read nothing. You can't read it if you want to anyway. Then we got people bodies dropping in this case. I don't care what nobody say. That was a personal hit lawyer. That was a person. The vehicle even looked like a hitman's vehicle. I'm sorry. I'm old school. I'm 41 years old, and I know I'm very street smart. I'm very book smart, and I'm very spiritually smart. And you gotta sometimes put all that shit together, and you come up with something, and it be more real than anything.
Exactly.
Well, he definitely don't have no content. The most he did was run up in the courtroom and try to film a federal courtroom, and like you said, going on people's jobs and obstructing and harassing.
So Queen's asking who was up today. There was a recap. I'm sorry, a cross-exam of Faith. The pastor was yesterday, right? Or was that today?
Yesterday.
Okay, yeah, the pastor was yesterday. So we talked about that.
I think he finished today.
He finished today. And then Faith. Was it Faith up yesterday and today?
Yeah,
she was cross-examined today.
That's what I thought. Okay. All right. So Faith, and then we had a tech forensic expert going over talking about the iPhone and the iPads and this and that. And the DNA expert also confirmed the sperm. He confirmed the sperm. That sounds like a rhyme right there. On the shirt, Geronda's shirt. And then there was another victim witness, right, named Alexis that came in. Apparently,
I didn't know about that.
He had a short testimony, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the DNA expert's twin brother testified too.
The DNA expert's twin brother. Okay. What was the significance of the twin brother? Do you know?
He did he was there on site when Kels got arrested, and he had entered the testimony about the two
cracking
iPhones and the iPad.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, okay. So yeah, she talked about how they were asking him about how he cracked the code without him being present. He cracked his
Oh.
access code to the phone. I
Oh
guess he
yeah, I
didn't.
remember.
I guess he didn't want to give it up willingly.
Yeah. Once again. But they played some music and he'll get to doing and talking.
He's like, you figure that out.
you
Your job. Trust
Trust
the
the
process.
should you should have did this 30 years ago.
Okay. All right, I'm just looking for this little video on my phone because I got to play the audio on my phone. I think we should just leave off with the funeral because that's where we left off yesterday before, Yep. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, what is this thing called? Let me look it up. Somebody commented, "Who's thumping? So annoying." I was like, what in the hell is he talking about? I think I was talking to you, beautiful spirit. You were like, oh, that's when you type, on your computer. You said that's when you type. It sounds like you're whatever you said, but I got it at that moment. I was like, okay, yeah. I'm on this chick's channel. Oh, she would definitely strike me if possible. Okay, let me share the screen.
Where's Miss Boom Boom?
What was that?
Miss Boom Boom.
Did you let her know we were going live? I don't know. I haven't talked to her. She probably, how she do. Either she's working late or she's partying. Or maybe she's with the babies or the grandbabies. Okay. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's see. We have Rashana Lanfair with the mic in her hand. Behind her is anybody?
I don't know. I didn't even see this.
To the right, is that her mother?
Looks like
yes. I believe that's her mom and her brother.
And then her brother. And her brother to the drummer, right? To the right. Close to the edge of the stage. Okay. And Love Warrior, were you going to say something? Do you know who the guy standing behind her is?
No, I think that's the pastor.
Oh, okay. Oh, just the pastor. Okay, I'm going to play the audio. I'm going to play the audio from my phone because I don't want to. I did kind of want to show her movements. I'm going to mute this. I'm going to pray on it and then play it as I play the audio. All right, let's go.
That I did for who I was, it only made him love me more.
And she's talking about her father.
He taught me how to love my son. And he showed me a love that I've never experienced before. Music will live on, but it will never be the same. And I just want to tell my father, thank you for your loyalty and your honor to our family and our friends. Thank you for teaching us how to love. I got my mom. I got Hunter. Rest well, my king. Teresa Griffin, can you come up for a second? My father would always tell me really funny stories when he would be in the room practicing. I would be like, Dad, let's go eat, or we want to go for a walk. Oh, you don't understand. When I get to rehearsal, it got to be right. Because I don't know how attitude going to be today. But she told me a very interesting story that meant a lot to me. She said she prayed for God to send her a band brother that wouldn't talk about her, that wouldn't just collect his check and go on about his day and badmouth her. She prayed for a band family. And she said she shared that with my father. And he always, when it was her show, I was always coming because I loved the sound that went along with her voice. They brought things out of each other. And through this difficult time, sometimes, your family is not just your blood, but it's people that God sent into your life for a purpose. And we just want to tell you thank you for sticking by my mom's side, for all the hours you put in the last week. And thank you for the opportunity to share music with you. And we love you and we appreciate you. And we have something in you that's a blessing. And my mom is going to need you. She's going to continue to be there. So you still have the Landfairs behind you, regardless. We just want to thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Most of the time when you celebrate somebody great, they're known for one thing special: singer, ball player. But
Well,
mhm.
the great Greg Landfair.
I noticed that a lot of his people, whether it's the ones that condone his behavior, and especially and really that stuck around from the bottom of their evil heart, is when he about the money. Because if they didn't get paid, why was you still hanging around in there? So you wanted to be there with that sick, justice chick going on. They always talk about loyalty. Oh, so loyal, the loyalty, the loyalty. I mean, I just don't understand it. Is loyalty because he stuck around with this creep doing what he did to his I don't understand it. It's very heartbreaking because this is like their normal. This is what's normal to them. It's like they don't see nothing wrong with it. And then parents don't understand how kids they're more your riders and they love you unconditionally. Kids love their parents unconditionally, right, wrong, or different. And I get that. But to act like I'm sorry, but I don't know. I hope that the mom realizes out of all the stuff that what she endured with this man, and y'all made it seem like that's okay, but it's all right. You let her be locked up in a garage like an animal, hid out. Then he bragging and boasting and showing what he doing these disgusting acts on their child, and they steady playing the guitar and the banjo and all this mess for years at a time, and the daughter is still loving them unconditionally. I hope that wakes up something up here and in her heart and say, I wonder if they ever even apologize. Like, I'm so sorry as your mother or father that I've let this happen and put you through this. I just want to know, like, I don't understand it. You bring kids in this world, if you're not gonna love them and protect them, they'll have a better chance probably in the system, and that's not even no better either. But I don't know how anybody can carry a child 9 months and purposely let harm come to them, or if they're not inflicting on them themselves. That's a bond you cannot deny. I feel bad if I feel like I ain't bought enough birthday gifts or whatever. I got grown kids.
Okay. I feel you.
Like there's the mother in me, the love, that's my baby. Like they grown to 26, 24, but they my babies.
Right. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I know. I'm floored. I wasn't expecting that when I saw this. I'm thinking I didn't even think she would speak, to be honest with you. But I guess that in their world, and mind you, the people that are at the service also are a part of their world. Also, like mind you, these are friends, family, close people. You know, these people probably saw the tape. I mean, I want to say hey to Yulita real quick. Yulita, hey, and Michelle Hurd. Blessings to you guys. But yeah, so that was Rashana Landfair speaking at her father's funeral with her mother, brother by her side, and she's a rare sight. So, you know, of course, when someone's Ms. Della, you sent me this, so thank you for sending this, and you know, try to send me stuff when y'all get stuff. When y'all see stuff, send it to me, email it to me. My email address is in the description box or in the about section too of this channel. But yeah, it's crazy. She did say, I don't know if it caught the very beginning because I was trying to get the audio, but saying that, you know, her father never judged her and he was always there for her. And, you know, so when I listened to that, I just got that she looked at what he did as protection and not abandonment of sorts. She's, you know, somehow that got translated into protection for her.
She's very soft. She's very child. I don't understand that. That's the way how they orchestrated that. It's like you're making a victim feel like it was their fault, or did they do a good job or something? Like he never judged me. How could he judge you? You was a child. You judged the perpetrator. I don't understand it.
Because money was more important at that time. There's no way in the world that you can continue to be on the band, playing the drums or whatever, while all of this is going on with your child. They chose the mighty dollar.
Yep. Barbara's asking if Sparkle was there. I don't know. If anyone knows, let us know.
I mean, they had this man actually in the obituary. Yeah, I mean, you know, still giving him shout outs at the who does? But you know, they still honoring R. Kelly. I hope the people are listening and know that they had R. Kelly in the obituary, y'all, in the father's obituary. I don't. If that ain't no mind fucking and shit, I don't know what is. That's so that lets you know where their mindset is at, their hearts, what they believe in. They believe in that kind of world. That's what I take it. That they into that shit. They are into that. There's no way in hell my dad gonna have a man that tried to kill me in front of my kids and rape me in his fucking obituary, and then for my mom or somebody to stand up there and repeat that. Oh no, because she would have been right next to the right place. Wow.
Yeah, JC, you know, JC's making some points saying that we're looking at this like, you know, we believe RL is not brainwashed. Like she's likely still attached to him emotionally. She said just because she testified to the grand jury doesn't mean that she wants him to pay for what he did to her. I mean, and I do agree with that. We don't know what the mindset is. Seems to me, though, as soon as she was free, when he was locked up, she started having a family. I don't know. I mean...
She's very soft-spoken, and she actually is a survivor of her own family.
Absolutely. Well, that was something. That was actually listened through it the whole, you know, I listened to it, so it was like, wow. All right. I guess we could move on then. Everyone's like, wah, wah. So I guess we'll get into. So did we need to do a recap for yesterday? I think we're going to do that this weekend anyway, weren't we? Ms. Della, you said you wanted to do a recap of the week on Saturday.
Oh, she wanted to bring up the Baltimore too.
Oh, right. Okay, that could be after. Okay, well then I'm going to get into today's cross-examination of faith from the notes I have notes, and then we have articles and news clips too. So,
Okay.
but let me make sure I'm addressing I always forget to address the little pictures I saved too. Let's see. We talked about that. We think they were waiting because of the trial. Forensic scientist. We'll get into that. Yeah, the lawyer.
They had them zeros going.
Okay. Okay. And then this is the overflow room the artist drew. I guess the press overflow room. Before they put some of the fans in there. That might be old Hollywood in the back. They said she fell asleep.
Oh, she do look like, yeah, that, well.
She fell asleep and got addressed by the U.S. Marshals.
Yeah, I heard that. Wow. So, Faith's testimony resumed today. So I'm just going to read some of the question and answer stuff and, just kind of whip through some of these notes. Question, did you Google R. Kelly after meeting him? Yes, she said. Question, what did you see when you looked him up? Do you recall a convo where he told you he's not married? She answered, I know he's not married. He dates multiple people. You told him about the first boyfriend. He's the reason you developed epilepsy. You have to be careful not to have alcoholic beverages, right? And she said, can you ask it again? Because he was basically, it sounds to me after listening to all this that he was drilling her. Like sometimes wouldn't even let her, he's asking question after question and she's not even able to answer a question. You know how they do. It's like on TV. Yeah. All aggressive and stuff. Yeah. Question, no one made you drink alcohol, right? That wasn't it. There were multiple times you drank. You chose to drink, correct? You testified you called him daddy. You did, right? And I guess she's like, yes. And then he said, in conversation, yes. In text, yes. It was your choice. She said, yes. So I guess he's trying to make a point that it was her choice to do these things.
He's not even addressing the situation at hand.
Right.
Once again. But he can't, because he did it.
More questions. So there were more questions about when they met, how they met, who encouraged her to call or text. There was a friend or a sister that she had communicated with about him. They questioned her. Kenneth questioned her about looking at R. Kelly's phone. You didn't have fear then, did you? Because I guess she looked at his phone and saw a group text message with different girls' names that I think she must have listed because she said she named the girls' names that were in the group text. Question Faith about going on 7 talk shows. He listed all the shows. Asked if Allred was with her. Asked her if her parents supported her even while with R. Kelly. She said yes. Asked if they still support her. She said yes. He asked her about the lawyer she got in Dallas and about going to the police. I think she confirmed that she did both. He asked if she testified on 4/19/2018 about a demand letter. She was with a gentleman and okay, I see this is what happened. So the person I was getting this from, it was Hollywood, I'll just say. Her versus E.T. or what's her name? Nobody's Anything. Hollywood is so hard to follow. Like her words, like her notes are not clear. And she has to I'd rather listen to nobody. Nobody's Anything didn't go live today. I was like, oh, that DNA told her to stay home. So I had to be forced to listen to her. The girl that was with Dry Mouth, who I actually prefer, she made her go later after the transcript reading, which I think she did on purpose. Oh, heifer. But it's all good. All right. So let's see. So she was asked about, so she had mixed up the notes. So basically, Okay, so he was like, you made a choice to do A, B, C, D. He named all these things. You made a choice. You made a choice to do that. You made a choice to see him again. And, you made a choice to ask Diana Copeland. She's like, no, I had to ask the defendant. And then he ended the questioning at that point. So, yeah, he kind of hammered her. Then her mom came up. Mrs. Rogers testified after her.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Forgot
I
about her.
wonder where she was at.
Yeah. So they asked her about Cash Jones. Well, you know what? This is where she was mixed up. So let me turn the page over because she had the testimony like all confused. Okay. So she asked where. Well, I'm gonna just read it as I have it, and because I think I had to correct it later, but this is just what it was said. Mrs. Rogers testified. I'm glad I gotta stay out the chat, y'all. Okay, where did you see Cash Jones again? And then they said Mrs. Rogers said at Applebee's, and then the prosecution asked with whom. She said with Faith and Summer Bunny. And they asked what happened at Applebee's. Describe who she was with. She was with a gentleman and a female. Can you describe where? And she said in a corner to the left. They were standing. He moved his jacket over and I could see he had a gun. Question, did you get to the table? And she said yes. Did you meet? Okay, then here she came again with, did you meet Cash Jones? Okay, well, she asked if she met Cash Jones. She said yes. She asked about a text message that was entered into evidence. Asked about Faith's background, about her traveling to New York with Faith to watch the Surviving R. Kelly premiere, and asked what happened at that premiere. They entered of Cash Jones's picture, asked where they met and what she said. So this is where it was mixed up, but it says, where did you see her again? Then she said Applebee's, and it repeats the Applebee's combo. Asked about the interaction at Applebee's. Again, the text messages were brought into play. Asked about the telephone number and entered that into evidence. And in quotes, this is what the text said. One of the texts said, this is just a sample. There was a picture and it said, this is just an example or a sample. This is just a warning. You've been warned. So it was a picture that was texted with that language. Asked about various images from that number. Asked about surviving lies and the images and the messages. Asked about the text combo. Asked who the text was from, the call. He said it was a private message. Oh, he said it was a private investigator working for R. Kelly. And then the images were entered into evidence. So sounds like Cash Jones might be getting on the stand. What y'all think?
I hope so. And I hope she's getting in a jail cell too.
She's been mentioned by 3 different people testifying. There's no doubt they're setting the stage up for her.
Mm-hmm.
These people are dangerous. I was thinking the lengths that they're going for on behalf of their king leader.
Right.
For them to come, a bomb threat was called in or whatever. Then you got that emergency evacuation. Then you got the people met up with her mother and herself, and the man flashing a gun in a public restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And for then this girl, Cash Jones, another female going after another female, another young lady.
Mm-hmm.
And you participating in this mafia crime spree, you might as well say. That's like mobster behavior. They were running around. That's why he got the Rico Act. They're running around acting like they made men or something, like they the Don of the family or something. Like these people are dangerous. They know the feds are watching. They know at the time they knew he was under federal, and they still continue these acts. They are dangerous people, y'all. I'm just saying that his followers are dangerous people. That's why I pray for everybody's safety. I mean, you got Gorilla running up to the father and at the Fed building. They ain't giving no fucks at all Period. I mean, who's to say she wasn't going to assault that man? How we know she the one gonna run up and shoot him or stab the man or whatever because they're that upset that their leader is in this situation. I mean, these people they skip state lines. They could have killed the one victim and her family. I mean, I'm surprised they know murder charges been filed on none of them because I would have been hollering at. I'd have been hollering murder charges, attempted murder. If yeah, that's what I would have been trying to file, some attempted murder. Because if you think about it, somebody could have died.
Mm-hmm. Queen is asking if Cash Jones is the one that was flirting with Angelo. The answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not just Angelo. Who has she entangled with? There's actually been
Star 67. She entangled with Debo, talking about she'll volunteer her little cootie biscuit for a threesome with Gorilla and Jasmine and all that mess. I want to say she flirted with Toxic. She flirted with
Toxic Diamond.
Yeah, exactly.
Her cousin is the one that set arson to the car and Michael Williams.
They were texting each other.
Is that the line of questioning is to me setting the stage also to bring in the Michael Williams guy who pleaded guilty to the whole arson situation. Yes, Blockbender absolutely brought.
Yeah, Blockbender. Yes, you're right. I don't,
I think even Larry, right? Larry, while he's been in jail, so something going on.
He was trying to hook up with that thing before he went in. She was trying to make her rounds, honey. She was trying to go round and round. But she's
a busy girl. She's a busy woman, and she's the lady who wrote that book, Daddy's Little Freak. That was, I think, based off of the information from the surviving R. Kelly, stories. So
yeah,
that's her.
So they came. So you're saying that Faith and her mom testified that they were threatened.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what the testimony seems to be letting us know. So there was
also could be associated with substantiating V's account of abuse, probably on an uncharged act. The one that abused her niece.
Allegedly.
Oh yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. So
what was that? I'm surprised even with that alleged situation, which I know that it happened. I'm surprised the sister didn't catch a charge because I trust you with your niece, which is my daughter, and this you took her over there to him, and this is what happened. And she wouldn't have had to worry about returning to the premises. She would have walked away a mutual department. It would have been genuinely because she would have been mutually departed and transported to the ICU.
Right, Yulita, we want to know. Spill the tea.
Allegedly, this V, we're gonna use initials, had got in trouble. He wasn't there. I don't know if he was at the studio or something. Told the handler, one of the handlers, which at the time I heard that out of her own mouth when she got released. She had to get the camera to film, round up the girls, put them in the kitchen. It allegedly happened in the kitchen this one time. This situation, she had her 6-year-old niece, this V lady that was part of his camp. And he like, I want to see you, but there perform acts on your niece. And she allegedly performed, put her mouth on the little girl's JJ. And he got mad at the person that holds the camera because he was like, I can't see it that good, clear view.
No.
And he got back. He's slapping and beating on the girls and the handler and all this mess. And then allegedly he made her do it again because she didn't do it good enough. Like how they say you didn't perform well. I mean, this is, and I wonder if the person, one of his handlers that I know, and she gonna be on the stand or facing any prison time. I can't wait. I'll let you know when we get to that. I'm pretty sure she'll get called. If you run around filming and helping out, and then trying to say about just wish the world could see it from his side, you was okay with it. I'm pretty sure she'll get called. I'll let y'all know when we get there.
Sharita says she had an online friendship with Cass, and then she said SMH. I guess it didn't go so well. You gotta stay away from some of these characters, man. You let them show you who they are, and then stay away.
And she think her looks, and all that crying she was doing with the hairstylist, and whatever. You just cry because you got caught.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Is that the same one that was sitting here in the back seat?
Oh yeah. I was talking about Cash. Sharita was talking about Cash, but yeah, that was
Cash Jones.
That was her. Cash Howard, the stylist, V, and Callie, right?
Yeah.
So
she another one. The hairstylist was a madam.
We gonna get into all that because the IG page we're gonna get into got all that tea in there. We gonna read some of that stuff. We are going to read some of that stuff. I was gonna say juice, but there's literally juice stuff in there. So, the mom, what's her name again? Kelly, right? Oh, are we saying that? I think they said don't tell the last name. I think I already messed up.
Yes, Kelly, right.
Don't tell her last name. I came out here saying Mrs. So-and-so. Anyway, Faith's mom was cross-examined after that testimony. They asked her about the text messages, asked her if she ever met the investigator. She says she doesn't know if the investigator was hired by because they were like, well, have you ever met the investigator? How do you know Robert Sylvester Kelly hired him? How do you know that that's where he came from? And they asked her, how did she know for facts? And she said no. That was pretty much the gist of her cross-exam. They just basically said, you don't know if that was from him or not. So I'm thinking this is what the lady Drymouth meant by somebody they thought was going to work for us that didn't. I'm thinking that's the only thing, because I'm thinking, what else did she talk about? But that wasn't to me a big deal. We also had the minister, Nathan Edmond. He came in via Zoom. She couldn't come in person. Drymouth is infamous Sylvia on YouTube. I'm just saying. Somebody's asking. All right, so who's sick? JC's like, you are sick. I'm reading the chat. I'm sorry. In respect to Godstone, I will let you know about his personal encounters with Kelly while doing his job. Oh, yeah. Email me. Let's talk. Oh, yeah. You're right. That's where I'm going, Andrew. That's exactly what we're diving into. I didn't want to put that out there quite yet, but yeah, we're going to do that. Oh, please. I thought you were saying something negative about her. No, we don't promote her over here. She'd be spitting fire. Is that what you call it? Okay, so where was I at? The minister. Okay.
Pork chops and gravy.
That's what. Is that you're also known as for that person?
Yep.
So let me think. Is there testimony I don't think any articles I need to pull up about Faith or her mother. So I'm going to go on to the pastor. He's a minister for over 30 years. The prosecution asked, have you met R. Kelly in person? He said, yes. Under what circumstances? They showed him the marriage documents, asked if he signed and wrote the receipt or like an invoice. There was something he wrote and then he signed some documents and he said, yes. Yes. The email is actually in the description of this video. You can just grab it out of there or the about section of the channel. I'm absolutely comfortable. So they asked if he officiated the wedding. He said, yes, I did. Said he did not know who they were. A mutual friend between him and Keith Williams. The YouTuber where I got the information said that it's not the Keith Williams that was his longtime friend, but a different Keith Williams. So she's saying shout out to the close friend of his who did not come and testify against him or on the prosecution's behalf. This is what she's saying. I don't know if that's the case. Does anyone know if that's for sure?
No, I don't know.
I don't know either.
He was asked where and when, and he confirmed the information. They entered an exhibit. They asked him who was in the photo, and it was him. Back in the day. He's like, oh, I was so small then. But yeah, he imagine being questioned by the feds and then them showing you an exhibit and it's your own picture. Like, oh Lord, I about pass out at that point. So yeah, they entered that into evidence, said that he was after the wedding became a rumor or became, put out there. It wasn't a rumor after Vibe magazine. I think it was Vibe magazine that got the picture of the license and put it in the magazine. Well, once that had happened, he said he was hounded by radio and press at his house, like nonstop for a long while. But because he agreed to never disclose this information with R. Kelly and the people, he never before today has spoken on it. Not at all. And there was no cross-examination for him. Wonder why. But yeah, nothing to dispute there. It happened. And he confirmed it.
You married a 15-year-old.
Yeah. Basically. So let's see. There was another government witness, Young Faye, something. It was like an Asian name. I'm sorry, I don't have the printed name in front of me, but forensic expert, a very esteemed forensics expert. This person read off all of their accolades and degrees, and this person has degrees and accomplishments up the yin yang. They talked about the phones, the text messages, the phone numbers, and how that stuff was established or corroborated or confirmed, I guess, by them. No objection from the information provided that he confirmed was entered into evidence, dates, and all kinds of stuff. Lots of digital evidence right there. There was also a Mike Wilson. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, he was the one you were referencing to earlier, Goddess. The one with the I found the nonillion, but you called it another number, and I can't remember what
it was in the
said.
article. Yeah, I had texted that to you earlier. I was trying to show you.
Okay.
But what were you? So yeah, so you're saying he's the one who? No, he wasn't the DNA expert. He was a tech expert. I think I don't know if he was the lead genius guy still or a different tech lead, but the DNA expert I haven't spoken on yet.
Yeah, he's the forensic biologist, the Young Fee Wu.
Okay. Well, he testified about the tech stuff. There was a Mike Wilson who testified from Homeland Security, and he's in the computer forensics division or department. They talked to him about the warrant. Well, they talked about the warrant that was issued for R. Kelly when he was actually arrested, and the iPhone that was confiscated that he had in his hand at the time. And that, this guy is the one who actually cracked his code and got into his phone. So I guess they were wanting him to testify his knowledge and how he came to do that. They have to break down every little thing so that the jury knows that everything was done by the book and legitimately, and like the expertise that's behind it. You understand? They have to all the stuff that's taking place.
Yeah, he the phone, like you said, the phone he had on him, and another iPhone and his iPad. Can you imagine how many images he had on those 3 devices? I can't even imagine the massive amount of pornography and videos and stuff. Just I probably is massive.
Right. Okay, Yulita, I got that note. Thank you. Well, it sounds to me like there's a lot of evidence being submitted. I mean, I don't know why people want to continuously tell their supporters who probably give them money to tell them these lies that there's no evidence. It's a bunch of bull.
No devices. They have there's no devices. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, those 3 devices are just from Kelly. That's not all the devices that are in evidence.
I've seen a lot of people comment about the devices. Where are the devices? Where are all those devices? I'm like, have you been paying attention? These things have been getting submitted throughout the trial.
In fact, there was a lot of evidence that was introduced today that they would not even pull up on the screen for the press to see, and they were complaining about it. They let the jury only see it, and some evidence they just entered in as evidence, and no one saw it. It was just like submitted in.
Yeah, so there was a lunch break after, I guess, his testimony, and once they came back, the evidence was deemed admissible. Apple iPad, a series of photos that were from 1/14/2019 that were entered as evidence. Apple iPad Pro was submitted, and a series of photos from that also. And then the government witness Alexis, a victim witness, another Jane Doe, they showed a photo of her to confirm that it was her, and she confirmed that it was her. Birth date they have here, 7/31/90. It's public record, I guess, at this point. Registered nurse, Jacksonville, Florida, high school dropout, but she did get her GED, studying to be a nurse practitioner. Exhibit 1, they showed her a picture of R. Kelly. She identified him in court. They asked her where they met. She said the lineup tour in 2006. How old were you? And she said 15. She was going on 16. She was with her family members, like her mom, I think somebody's cousin or sister, and a uncle. Then she changed it to stepfather later. So this person was like, oh, she didn't even remember. She said uncle earlier. So, they asked more questions about the concert. And I guess what she ended up doing after the concert, she went to IHOP with her family, and that's where she was approached by Rob's people and eventually met him. I think I stopped there because I was running out of time. But I was gonna play.
Got it. Hold on a second.
Yes.
Alexis, actually was a big bonus for the defense today because she allegedly is on the uncharged acts as Jane Doe 13 and met him at 15, and she would not supposedly had sex with him at age 15, and she was questioned numerous times by the prosecution, and she said she was 18 when she had sex. She was like very indignant about the age, and the prosecution was like really challenging her on that. And so Canick elected not to do no cross exam. He said, no questions, Your Honor. That's how they took that as such a big win. Yep.
Who said it was a big win?
The defense, because he didn't even cross examine her. He told the honor no questions because she refused to admit she was 15. The only thing that was in favor for the prosecution about it is because she was an uncharged act. But they also were trying to show the underage sex there and some of the man act. So they were able to show that, but she would not admit to being 15. She stood on being 18.
Well, how come? So this person who I got this note from, who said she said 15 going on 16. So you're saying she didn't say that, or it took them?
She met him at 15. She would not admit to having sex with him until she was 18. Yeah. So it was a big win for the defense today. So they say.
Okay. So I want to play this little news clip real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I gotta play this thing. It's funny. Hello.
I got kicked out.
Y'all see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Today on the stand, we are waiting for another accuser to come and talk to us about her experience with R. Kelly. I want to pick off, though, where we left off yesterday. For the first time ever, we heard from the minister, Nathan Edmonds, who married Aaliyah and the singer back in 1994. Now, on the stand, he told us that when he met the couple back in August 31st of that year, he never knew who they were. It was just a friend of them, a mutual friend he shared with the singer, with R. Kelly, that asked him to officiate the wedding. And he said on that day, he was asked to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, but he said when he looked at the paper, he realized that it didn't look official, but he did promise to never disclose any details about the wedding, which he said he kept that promise up until yesterday because he was subpoenaed by the government to come and talk before us. He also said the ceremony took less than 10 minutes. It was in a hotel room. He said also describing the couple's outfits. He said they were wearing matching tracksuits, and they both had one pant leg raised to their knee. And also this morning, we heard from another witness. We talked to a forensic scientist who talked about DNA on an alleged victim's shirt. He said there was 1 in 36 gazillion chances that it was not R. Kelly's DNA. That means that is a number with about 33 zeros after it, which means the chances are extremely slim that it was not his DNA. The cross-examination did try to contest that and ask, well, could someone have stolen that shirt from someone's backyard? And the forensic scientist said, he's not aware of how it got on the shirt, but the shirt he examined definitely had R. Kelly's DNA on it. We're also waiting again, like I said, for a 6th accuser to take the stand. Currently, they are on lunch break, so when we have any new information, we'll get that back to you.
well,
Shout out to Durant with the DNA. That's confirmation, y'all. Yes.
he's here. Oh, he's here? Oh.
Who's here?
Oh.
Here?
Yulita's cousin? Yulita, your people coming on? Okay, let me hold on. Let me get the link. You work fast. Hold on. She said, who's here?
You got a surprise guest, goddess?
I guess. Well, Yulita's and she, huh?
I thought she was gonna say R. Kelly again.
Oh, hell no.
Because
He was on Zoom. He was going to get on Zoom and Zoom over.
Do we have any mods? Do we have any mods handling the chat?
Let me know if one of us got to go out there. I got you.
No, I got it. Hold on.
I'm gonna check it out.
I got it.
Shout out to all of us.
Somebody got it already. Sounds like somebody got it already.
Thank you, girls. Where was Miss Hazel? Miss Hazel here?
I think so. I think Aisha's here. Wayne.
Yeah.
You have a couple people here with a wrench. Do I need anybody else need a wrench?
Where's Lucky Penny? Is she's here?
Lucky Penny is here. Lucky Penny is, I don't think, is she a mod?
No, she didn't get her wrench. You didn't get her wrench.
Ask for a wrench? I didn't remember. Somebody, I think it got brought up before.
Yeah.
I'm happy to give you one. As long as you've been here, I'm happy to give you a wrench.
What a wrench game.
You get a wrench. I don't want my whole channel blue. I don't. That looks intimidating.
Them people were suicidal about that wrench. I used to read the comments and other chats. This the only place that I get a wrench. Thank you.
Oh, sheesh. Okay, Yulita said he's coming, so we'll see what's going on here.
Queen Keith said, did anybody see Sharon Winbush on Tasha K? She was talking that same old crap from Surviving R. Kelly.
In person?
No, of
led
course
you to
not.
the
Of
kitchen.
course not. I didn't see it though. I just saw the timeline of it. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I
Oh,
can't.
okay.
I can't with Miss Trash Kate no more. I just can't. You know, I don't. I just can't. I didn't open it up because I knew it was a bunch of bullshit. We know the flower is lying.
I'm gonna play this video real quick. We got another angle of Arizona Soul Fest when your boy didn't perform. Got a
all
different
right.
angle.
Let's ring the bell. Awesome.
I'll play that. Y'all see that screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
R. Kelly ain't even show. R. Kelly ain't even show. Look, R. Kelly ain't even show, baby. Man, that's fucked. That's fucked up. Woo. R. Kelly ain't come. Hey, is he in there? I know he, man. That's fucked up. Hey, if they don't pay, they ain't paying. R. Kelly ain't show. Hey, this motherfucker shit for the world star. World star, baby. World star. World star. Look at all these upset people. Look at all this shit. Look. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Woo! Woo! Oh, shit. Nigga, R. Kelly ain't even shown. R. Kelly ain't come.
Just a holler.
Look at that, y'all. Look at what R. Kelly did. Look at what R. Kelly done did. All these people. All these people.
He needs to be at the courthourhouse saying that.
Put me on YouTube.
Yep.
There's the girl.
This is motherfucking bullshit. You motherfucker, fuck you, R. Kelly. Bitch.
She called him
Where's
gay.
my motherfucking money?
I love that.
Bullshit. R. Kelly ain't even show, baby. Oh. Get that shit. Nigga, hey, R. Kelly ain't show, nigga. R. Kelly ain't show.
These chairs is
R. Kelly
flying.
ain't show.
Right, they never.
Neo was right about R. Kelly. That's why Neo ain't going tour with that nigga. Neo stopped going on tour with R. Kelly.
Oh, is that right?
R. Kelly was too much. Neo said, fuck R. Kelly.
You're gonna hear somebody say, Mama, R. Kelly did come.
We'll do that. Put
Neo said,
positive vibes
fuck R.
on it.
Kelly. It's hard, man.
What happened with Neo?
Oh yeah, Neo had sued R. Kelly.
Everybody sues R. Kelly.
Yeah, and he never paid.
Of course not. So if
But
Local
he-
Giant is continuing to troll, I do not want the distraction. I don't like that happening over here. So what I'm seeing, I don't like. So with that being said, we're gonna say, welcome to the block, honey baby. Bye.
Sing it, got it. Sing it.
You done, boo. We don't do that over here. I don't like all that distraction. I don't need opposition over here to make this thing work. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. Okay. Yeah, he was being an egomaniac.
You know what? R. Kelly did not only not show, not pay, he also never sued anybody. He never sued one person. How would you have all these accusations? You're a major celebrity and never at least have one lawsuit against anybody?
Because
Right.
you're guilty.
Just a man.
You don't paid
period.
out numerous. You paid out numerous underage girls. You got Witchcom got $1 million settlement. We heard that you was gonna sue Surviving R. Kelly. You never did that. I mean, it
Never
is what it
seen Jim
is.
Dare Goddess. I mean, but just as a human being, let alone a man, you've been accused of these things over and over and over, and the only thing you can say is, "Oh, we just laugh at the haters. We love them too. That's all we do. Make a hit song." Nobody in their right mind. I wish somebody would accuse me.
Yulita, he just needs to click the link. I don't know what type of device he's on, but it should be compatible with anything. I think.
So Yulita, like for me, I use my iPad, and when you click on a link, it asks you what do you want to bring it up as. I bring it up as Safari or whatever it is on the iPad, and then it comes right up. As you want to use the camera, and then you put your name in, and then you hit it, and then you wait for God to let you in.
He'll pop up backstage.
Get up.
Get up. I feel like we need a dose of that right now. It's so somber. I know we started off on kind of I hate to say dry note, because we did let Dry Fox speak.
Yeah, we will never be like Dry Fox, ever.
I think Boo Boom just showed up, baby.
Oh, okay.
Boom Boom is in the building, in the clubhouse. What's happening, Boom Boom?
Hey, Boom
Boom, baby.
Welcome, Lucky Penny. You are welcome. I think let me know. Do I need to drop the link again, or let me know what you need over here, Yulita?
Yes.
Is Lucky part of the chain gang now? She with us with the mod gang?
Boom Boom fell asleep waiting for us.
Oh.
I know. You missed a lot. It's been an hour and a half.
You getting the beating, Boom Boom.
Oh my goodness. Did you still want to come on the panel and speak some piece, or what's going on? I wanted to get into that Instagram page too. Oh boy. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's Boom Boom. You on the panel?
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hey,
Miss Denise. Boom Boom. Strictly business for the grown and sexy.
Oh, man. Why early today? I watched Change in the Chopstick line. Hollywood Net.
You need to speak up a little bit.
Can y'all hear me?
It's a little faint, but we can hear you. At least you're not echoing, or there's no static, so that's good. Just can you come a little closer to the mic? Or
I'm ringing the.
Now.
I'm ringing the bell on that, guys.
Yulita, he's never done this before. He just needs to click the link, and it'll tell him what to do, and it'll bring him right over here with us once he does that.
Click the link. Click the link. Click the link in the chat. Click the link. Click the link. Click the link in the chat.
Hey, I'm gonna drop that link on your ass if you go and get it back. That's right, Don Corley.
Get up.
Boom, boom.
You all laying in the bed, Miss Denise. You think we don't know? Sit up, Miss Denise.
I was knocked out. I just woke up.
We know. We can tell. Sit up. Get out about that bed right now.
She rolled over and got on the panel, child.
I woke up. I said, "Oh my God, God is done."
Okay, we got another panel member coming in. Big L. Is that your guy, Yulita? Big L. Okay, she said he's in. Welcome, Big L.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
What's up, fam? What's up?
What's going on?
We glad for you to bring some testosterone to all these females up here, okay?
How's this positive crew doing tonight?
How's the crew doing? Everybody's good. So we're told you have some insight on our topic tonight, which is R. Kelly.
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
what's your relation? How did let's start us from the beginning.
Okay.
How did you even know him if you did know him?
Okay. Well, just so you guys understand, the way the business works, um, snitches get stitches. No, I'm just kidding. It's more of a thing where there are other people who are involved that because of my relationship with them and their relationship with Robert, I can tell you generally some real serious truths about the
Mm-hmm.
circumstance. But it's important that you guys know that I want to keep the integrity of those relationships in terms of, who else was there and who else would
Well,
be part of
those
it.
relationships are they not on trial also? I'm just
No, no,
saying.
no,
It's all
no.
good. Look,
Yeah.
just tell us what you want to tell us. It's not no
Okay.
pressure.
Okay. Well, I think it's important to say this. I think it's been very well documented for anybody who's watched the Surviving R. Kelly and all those other programs. He had some situations that had happened to him. Obviously, he gave those stories up and kind of was very open about it. It doesn't condone any of that, but it does. It's very prevalent when it happens to you when you're young and you're a kid and things like that happen. You get kind of twisted, and when you get older, especially if you have an opportunity to make the kind of money and have the kind of fame that R. Kelly had, you would find yourself definitely reverting to some very unnatural sexual and deviant behavior. So anyway, I'm not making excuses, but I want to make sure I just set that out. I want to tell you that when I worked with him, it was more in a professional level. I mean, I work for the label, and the
Okay.
label, our job is basically to just make sure that when an artist comes to town, that we actually make sure that everything's laid out. We have an itinerary; it has to be approved. His management, upper management, and the label, they all get together about what he'll do. And again, when R. Kelly and I first really kind of connected, it was during the time when he was not really even that significant. He just had his album, his album, his solo situation. And
Mm-hmm.
at that time, more people that he didn't know would be responsible for making sure when he came to their town that they took him out and they got him at retail, they took him to radio, all those typical things. So my connection with him is really just that. It was like I was just a gopher for the label to make sure that we got him from point A to point B. Now, that being
Mm-hmm.
said, the relationship that he had with others was a little bit more involved. When I met him, it was more like, hey, man, we should get together and play basketball, that sort of thing. But at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, it was early on. It was before Aaliyah. And it's one of those sort of things where you get somebody who's so new to this, but it's such a huge change in their life and where they came from that, you really don't see all the signs, but you kind of pick up on some of the signs. And so I'll tell you this, he did not seem to have an interest in all of the women who were throwing themselves at him. I mean, the older women that were obviously going to these R&B concerts. It was very, very much. I mean, I've dealt with so many artists that it's one of the things they look forward to. That they got fans and the women, and they'll come up to them. They want to go backstage or they want to talk to them. And so Robert was the kind of person who might not necessarily be that receptive to just in general. He was nice and pleasant to everybody, signed autographs, but I know my boy and I were talking, and he's like, man, look at Robert, pay more attention to the girl in the corner with bad skin. It was just jokes, like, but we all kind of knew that he was not really, there's certain things that I guess he was attracted to. Now, that doesn't mean that, when he was at home or around his people that he wasn't doing like normal stuff. I just want you guys to know that it's not uncommon in the music industry to have artists who are of age, but they target younger girls. And so I guess one of the reasons why I wanted to come on tonight, my sister told me that I should speak. It was if I had an opportunity to say this to all those mothers who have those daughters who are coming of age. They are fascinated with this industry. They're fascinated with anybody who's even slightly related to it. And it's just for me to come on and say to you, watch your daughters. because they will tell you one thing and they'll be slipping out the window to go with their girlfriend if they know that they can have an opportunity to meet somebody who's a rapper or a singer or even just somebody who says they're affiliated. And that's what I saw when I think about Robert and I think about how things happen with him. I will tell you, it's not the first time. There are a lot of artists, major artists, that are still working and doing things in Hollywood today who would prefer really young girls, primarily because the joke of it was they don't ask for nothing. They're not looking for a relationship. They just want a Coke and a smile. They'll do it all however they ask them to do it, just because they're somewhere that's like they're grown. They're going to get a chance to be a woman. And here it is, there's this rapper, or there's this singer, or there's
Can I
this
ask you a
A&R person.
question?
Yeah,
Can I?
sure.
So you work in the industry, and you're speaking about um a a large portion of musicians, rappers, etc. that seem to have a taste for pedophilia. Did I say that right?
I will say it's not what I call a taste for pedophilia. It's probably more along the lines of there's
Necrophilia?
no, it's nothing that bad. Now come on now. We're talking about typically people who are put in the spotlight, and a woman of age would probably come up to them with a respectable conversation and maybe, a little hinting and maybe a little, kind of, flirting, but she's all woman, and she's going to be only pursuing you as much as you pursue her, and it's two mutual adults deciding they want to get together. Well, unfortunately, when you're subjected to that all of the time, and I'm here to tell you, I've had artists where I'll pick them up from the hotel room in the morning, and there's a girl in their bed, but there's a girl meeting them at the lunch. We have a publishing event where there's a girl meeting them for lunch, and then there's something going on there in the limousine, or maybe they go later that night. They go home, and go back to the hotel, and then they got a girl there, and then by the time we get to the club, so the kind of
we do understand that their celebrity and the desires, they can pretty much do and have whatever they want, and to have access to so much sex is not the issue. Some celebrities start out one way and over time get burnt out with quote unquote I'd hate to say that, but just like a normal sexual desire. They experiment, they go farther because they've had so much access to sex. The problem here specifically is deviant sexual behavior on minors. Because the bottom line is whether you're female or male, the adult has to they are the one that has to consent. So anything underage, I don't care what it is. I don't care that they can have the finest woman, young man, whatever they want. Okay, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is the responsibility and the accountability, whether they're a celebrity or whether they're Joe Smo, is that if you are having sex with an underage minor, you are breaking the law. So when you have that much access, there absolutely is no excuse that you need to be around minors, because you could be around the most beautiful, finest women that will do any kind of sexual desire that you want. The problem is when you're having sex with minors because that's what you desire. That's a behavioral choice. So it's not about that it's available to you. It's about that you're an adult and you just need to make sure you're crossing your I's and your T's, because everybody that has a cell phone is a reporter. It's not like 30 years ago when they could hide this kind of behavior. You messing with an underage female or male is a choice, especially for any kind of a celebrity, musician or entertainer that has all the access that they want to at any time, any place. Okay, so I'm not going to, in any shape, way, or form, absolve any adult, female or male, just because you got some teeny boppers that like to sing your lyrics or twerk, that it's okay to have any form of sex with them. So if you're not checking IDs, you breaking the law. And all the yes men and enablers around them that go along with that bullshit because of the money, because of the access, because of the travel, because of the clothes, the jewelry, they are just as complicit. And that's what's going on with R. Kelly. It's a Rico charge because he has a system of enablers that bring underage girls that he has sex with. And there's no excuse for it. And I'm sorry if I'm coming across strong, but this is just, I feel very passionate about this. And I don't want to hear any excuse. I don't want to hear any bullshit just because you're around young teeny boppers that it's okay. Because it's not. And I apologize if I'm coming across LT. It's not at you. It's not at you at all. Believe
Hey,
me,
listen,
it's about the issue itself.
right. And say so. That being said, your point is very much on the topic that I think it's important to get out there. You're absolutely right. Accountability. There's nobody who's going to get a free pass. I don't care who you are with our young. Okay, it's obvious that this man has broken the law. I think what I wanted to say when I had an opportunity to talk with you guys, and I thank you for that, is that I know firsthand that meeting a young artist, whether they're male or female, in the early stages of Hollywood, whether it's Usher, whether it's Beyonce and Destiny's Child, I met them all. And we were all backstage, and there were always bigger artists than them, and they were always starstruck. And those artists that get those opportunities with those young up and comers, or even, there's their dancers and all this other stuff, there's always people hanging on that are part of the group, and they're just about their same age. It's just so prevalent that the only reason why I wanted to speak on this behalf is because I wanted to say it's important because
I absolutely believe you. I 1000% believe you.
Okay,
And it's because, you know what I'm saying? I believe you.
This is a true story. I was there. This is what happened. Destiny's Child just came out, right? And the group that was the hottest at the time was NWA. And everybody knows Yella is porn director now. That's what he does. But these guys were doing that stuff. They had girls. They had all sorts of young girls.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
Yella does what?
Well, he's like a producer. He produces porn.
Right.
But,
right.
Even before that,
he produces porn. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Okay.
Yeah. Very extreme sexual tastes. I guess they all did and had all sorts of stuff going on. But coming all out of the elevator, they're looking for Destiny's Child. Well, the reason why maybe those girls didn't get caught up in the spotlight of, oh my God, we get to hang out with NWA, we get to hang out with Cube and Dr. Dre, is because Dad was there. I still have his cards from this day.
Yes,
he was
absolutely.
And that happened every time they stopped, every time they went. This is like a major music event when they used to have them in LA, R&R or, Jack the Rapper. There was a bunch of these things that happened all the time with music. And I'm here to tell you that made an impression on me because I noticed a whole bunch of the other girls going up in the elevator, going up to their room, no daddy around.
Right, because they're trying to get their break.
Yeah.
They're trying to get their big break. And
exactly. They're singing in the elevator and everything else. So what I'm asking people who are listening to this, and I love the energy, I love the positivity, is let's hear a message, okay? It takes a village. And so what I started saying in the beginning, that R. Kelly obviously had some deviant things that happened to him as a young man, as a kid. And obviously those are things that would have made him who he is, a pedophile, nonetheless, no matter what happened to him. Maybe he never got that break and, my boy never got him signed and none of that stuff could have happened. He still would have ended up messing around with some girls in the neighborhood. I mean, that's just because those people who have those situations grow up with a twisted ideology about sex. And sometimes it's not even about sex, it's about power. and having power over someone like someone once had power over them.
Right.
So
I
it's
agree.
yeah.
I
I
agree with
agree.
you.
We all know the science. Okay. Now what I will tell you is this is a famous little saying. I can't coin it for myself, but when you make money and add money and power and prestige to that of someone who has that twisted idea about sex and women and men. And I mean, this dude was doing everybody, not just women. But the bottom line is this: you add money to that, it's like fuel. It exacerbates the whole thing. And so he had money, he had the ability to buy people off and make people be quiet and pay people off. And unfortunately, it didn't. Anytime he got caught, anytime he got sued, it didn't stop the behavior. It continued to go. And that's what happens when you're a predator. When you're a predator, you're a predator. We've all watched that show, To Catch a Predator. There's some people in there that were doctors. But when you are that twisted, you twist it. And I think we have to also think in terms of, okay, that's a sickness. That's a virus in this, not just now. This has been human history, right? But because we're knowledgeable, and like you said, everybody's a reporter, let's all be on point. Let's all just make sure that we're taking, advantage of all the technology. Make sure you got those GPSs on your kids' phones. Make sure you go in and you check who they're texting and talking to, and make sure you're involved with everything that they're involved with, because they are pretty much gullible to the way fame just makes you blind. It's just really kind of one of those things I just really wanted to speak on. I can't make excuses for that man, Robert. I'm telling you right now, he don't need no excuses. I can't imagine how he had spent a whole decade after even Chappelle had done a very, very, very poignant, very to the point skit about him. And he still kept on going on for another decade. And
Yeah,
so
from
now
2000 and what, 2002,
yeah,
got it, to
yeah,
2008. He
yeah.
was able to prolong that trial 6 years, and he had opportunity to fix it. How many musicians get the opportunity to fix it and continue on 20 more years getting worse and worse with
That's
it?
exactly
Like
what's wrong with the
his
president.
behavior
I'm
just grew, the deviant grew.
let me jump in real quick. Beautiful spirit.
Yeah.
Please let us know what you got on your mind. I know you've had your hand up for 10 minutes.
I was just saying, could he be allowed to finish saying what he was saying without being cut off? And he got a good message, and I appreciate you coming up here to speak. And I think that, well, it's not that I think, because I know, like you said, when you're a predator and you don't stop, and the money does add to it. And so that's why he didn't ever fix it, because he's a predator. I've never seen a predator change, just like a woman, somebody that is abusive, that's a woman beater. They never change. They never, ever, ever change. I haven't seen one, not even a documentary on one that was informed that never struck again. They strike every chance they get.
Wow, very good point. Very good point. And then in a society where I love that saying that everybody's a reporter, well then let's just all be on point. I don't think the young girls or the young boys always really truly understand how, even someone who's an adult. I mean, I remember my mom telling me, don't talk to strangers, right? Never take candy from a stranger. And I have this vivid just memory of being in LA and being out at night and this woman coming up to me and giving me candy. Now, I was warned from the beginning, don't talk to strangers, don't take nothing from strangers. And this was stranger danger. I remember her, blonde, white, looking fur coat looking thing. I don't know what they're doing out at night, but here I am. I'm out at night. And I remember walking around the corner with that candy, and the first thing I did is drop it. I don't know why I would even be out there, but I just know that was just instilled in me as a young kid. And so here I am in a circumstance where here I am with this woman, and she's giving me, just like my mom said, some candy. I love candy, but I did not take it from that stranger, even though I don't know why I was even in that situation to begin with. But if that's what it takes, to just have a mantra with your young daughters and your young sons, that just because they're on television, or just because they're famous, or just because they're an athlete, just because they're the coaches. Do you know how many coaches will take advantage of young boys and young girls? Just because they're an adult, they are not to be trusted.
Oh yeah, I've seen that up close. I've seen it up close. I've seen the Hollywood stuff up close. I'm in LA. I grew up in LA. I've been on the scene. I was a dancer. Backup dancing for some of the greatest. Let me tell you, not really some, but some of the ones who wanted to be great, they didn't quite make it. But I'm just gonna say that what I'm hearing from you is that you had some things instilled in you
Yeah.
from your parents or your mother from the home. And I think that's really important because all the parents aren't going to be with the kids. My parents weren't with me. I was going on auditions. I was dancing. I was at clubs, VIPs, going to after party, doing all kind of stuff. If I would have came across R. Kelly, I might not be sitting here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm blessed to have not come across somebody like that. But there have been situations during my period in that little era. You were talking about NWA. I was right there hanging with them. We was doing our thing.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I had these instincts. You know what I'm saying? Like I got myself out of situations before they got what they could have been or whatever. Like, so the more important thing, if you can't be there, because when when you get a certain age, your parents aren't necessarily Destiny's Child, they were a unique situation. He was managing, like it's different. But for the girls who are out there, who knows what they're trying to do? Act, dance, maybe they're just trying to come up. They want to date a baller, who knows what. They don't necessarily know what they're getting into. I've backed out of rooms where I saw things going on where I was like, oh, no. Let me get up out of here. I'll go sit in the bathroom until I find my people and we can get out of here because I'm not going to put myself in that position. But yeah, there's a lot. I don't know if you have been in those situations, and since you in the industry, it's a known thing. They have these parties, right? And like things go on.
They're called chicken ranch parties for the record. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard them called some things. Not that though. What'd you say? Chicken ranch?
Chicken ranch. What does that mean? I'm curious.
Imagine a ranch with a bunch of chickens. What do you imagine chickens doing? They call it chicken head for a reason.
Like a chicken head ranch. Okay.
Well, you know what though? Let me just say that when it comes to flying in special guests for a big party or a convention, everybody knows that these music conventions are just on tilt. They spend the money to entertain radio personalities. Flying in 50 to 100 of the top DJs in the country is very prevalent. Everybody's done it from Death Row to 2 Live Crew to anybody who wanted to really break rap music needed to know how to, do the little schmooze thing, spend the money, get these guys liquored up, take care of them. And they hire pros. They hire girls from all over the country to come in and be at these parties. And they pretty much, it's nothing you can't imagine. It starts out with some dancing, but turns into displays and all out people going to the corners and going to their room. It's not uncommon. But what I'm going to say is this. Those are adults. Those are adults doing adult things. And that's not really what the forum is about tonight. I'm
not going to discount adults because adults were violated also. We are focusing on, obviously, children and minors are a priority. They can't defend themselves at all. But there were definitely women who were also violated, just to make sure we understand that. And men and boys. Okay.
Yeah, there was, everybody was a target. Unless you could beat him up, you were a target. So
he didn't fight much, did he? He seemed to be non-confrontational. That's the gist I'm getting. Like he didn't, other people.
He didn't even want the tour guide at Disney World to be a male. It's like,
right. I remember hearing that.
It's like, how are you not gonna let a tour guide at Disneyland who doesn't even have a mustache? How are you gonna be intimidated by that? But anyway,
he probably just wasn't feeling them because he probably just wanted to get somebody in the bathroom. Like that seems to be his thing. Like as soon as he meets somebody, he was trying to go to the bathroom with the person. Like I don't know what happened that day. That man lost $1,500 for that week of work for that mistake.
Wow, You know what though, guys? That's the thing about Hollywood. It's full of these kind of stories. But I want to make sure, if I can, tell you guys, I'm a 6'5" black man now, been through whatever. But when I was young, I had been approached by people in the neighborhood, folks who you would think were like regular people, there were always those situations where they were trying to get me or get my sister, and we just had parents who just really kind of instilled in us nobody's to be trusted. I just thought that parents always said that to their kids. Not now until I've gotten older do I realize that maybe there's some who didn't get that message. We could have been victims so many different times, but what we would do is kind of like what you said. You would walk into a room and you could tell, like, instinctively, okay, this is one of those tender traps that I was warned about. You almost know, but if you don't know that you haven't been warned that that's even a thing, you're going to go down that road to the point where it's probably too late. I mean, there's a time when I was walking home, hanging out with a friend of mine late, watching, I don't know, Speed Racer or something, and he had this TV that got that channel. I could see it. So I'm walking home kind of late, and this guy, he says, hey, I don't know if it was his puppy or something. He wanted me to help him do something, Charles. And I'm walking, and then we start walking towards the dark street, and my instincts was like, okay, hold up. This is not what I think it is. But no, wait a minute. I've been warned. And sure enough, we get to a place where it's like some shrubbery, and a car right where we were standing, and he was trying to tell me something or show me something. A car turned the corner, and when the bright lights, hit you, well, it startled him, and he turned and he looked. As soon as he did that, I mean, me and my kid, tennis shoes, we booked. We streaked up the street. We got the hell away, and all he could say is, "Hey, wait a minute, come here, hey." You were one of them that I've been warned about my whole life.
Right, exactly.
My first time, meeting this person, you think, oh, he's just a guy in the neighborhood. We see him all the time, but that night, at that particular time, he was Chester the child molester. And I knew instinctively that these people existed. I wasn't dumb to that thanks to my mom. She would always tell us that stuff, right? So when I get home, I tell my mom, hey, that guy that we used to see, he's trying to talk to me and take me over in these little bushes. Well, guess what? The next day we walk out. My mom, she's an old, matronly looking woman. But she walked out, and Lito knows my mom. She was like, you dirty dog, in front of this whole laundromat. You dirty dog, you filth of the world. Just put this dude on blast, talking greasy about him. Like, I wish you would. And, this is a woman. But her words, okay? My daughter and I and my sister, everybody knows my mom was almost like a movie star. Like, just her personality, and she would never curse. But she could take some secondary words and make you lower than the 50-yard line. But she was able to truly tell this guy, with a little funny way, like, if you ever touch my kids again, you will have to either choose from, she would raise up her left fist and go, you'll have to choose from what'd she say, the hospital, and then she raised up her right arm and said, or the graveyard. And I'm like,
that's my type of woman right there.
And this guy was just acting like, what are you talking about, lady? What are you talking about? I never touched your kid, denial, straight denial.
Of course.
He left the community. He was gone after that.
Good.
And I think that that's what I'm saying, the power of the community. Nowadays, when we got cell phones, and nowadays when we can report something and it's going to be, you actually have I think you have to register as a sex offender. There's ways for us to fortify our communities. And I want to make sure that that's really the story, because R. Kelly, and doing this whole piss thing and, whatever his little freaky, twisted mind was on, there's no hope for him. There's no help for him. And he will get his criminal justice will be served as we speak. He's probably being tossed around in prison. There's a code that man is going to live by. As long as he's in prison, he will be somebody's woman and then somebody else's, and they're going to toss him around like a used rag. It's just the way the code of the streets are. So there is justice being served. Trust and believe me, he's not escaping that kind of justice. But more importantly,
we've always heard that pedophiles and abusers of the children and the elderly seem to get the most repercussions amongst other inmates in prison.
No doubt. It's a code that cannot be broken. You are not getting out of there. Okay, let it be known. It's a very well known fact that Tupac even got raped. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that mess, but the bottom line is, if you're accused of it, hey, okay, and the gloves come off when you in prison. That's the code. You know, you got to get got. So there's
They
no
didn't do
question.
anything to Tupac, did they?
Mhm.
That's why it
Yeah.
was taken out of the movie. It was part of something that had happened. They didn't want it to be shown, and yet it did
I
happen.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
You
Well,
didn't hear about that? Is that you talking about the whole blanket thing when they rolled him up supposedly in the blanket?
okay. So, I mean, let's not get going with this because again, there's all sorts of,
You never been to this channel before, apparently.
Um, I heard Tupac said that he didn't talk about it till he got out of prison, but he said that it was hard for him to lie to his fans to say that it didn't happen, but it did. But he said he had to wait till he got out of prison because they don't want you to be telling either while you're on the inside about
no,
what happened.
no. There's a
Absolutely
code.
not.
That thing about snitches and stitches, that's a real thing, y'all. It
So
really is.
he was at home. It was a female sitting next to him when he did that. It's an old interview with Tupac. He said, "Well, I'm talking about it now because I'm not on the inside no more." But he said, "Yeah, he got assaulted in there." So
Yeah, and so let's just make sure we're clear, guys. Your boy is not getting off scot free. I mean, he may spend the rest of his life in there after all of the charges are done, but it's a bigger issue. It's a community wide issue, and it really is prevalent in the poor neighborhoods, some of our neighborhoods, and it's just important that what kept me from being a target, my sister from being a target, from you, the host, being a target, is that you got to help our children be instilled with some of these instincts, warning signs. You know, the stranger danger thing is, kind of a real deal. So
Right.
even when you think you know somebody because you see them on TV or you see them, performing, they're still twisted in a way. A lot of times, like I think she just very eloquently explained how there's no excuse. And if you happen to have so many women coming at you that you just can't appreciate just good old fashioned adult consent anymore, and you decide to go with something that's easier, less questions, no repercussions. You just can just discard people, and you decide to go with younger. Well, then you deserve to go to prison. That's it. That's the bottom line. Because there's too much out here in the world that gives you so many options, and if you have a different kind of lifestyle, you can go live your lifestyle, and nobody's going to ask you no questions, and you can just do and be whoever you want to be. But kids are off limits. And underage is off limits, and that's it. But I want to make sure we fortify this thinking in terms of like, okay, we're going to make sure we're prepared to take anybody down who does this, whether you're like my mom was, and just put them on blast in public. But every time this person makes a move to another neighborhood, he's still got the same problems. He's still going to be a pedophile. He's still going to be a woman abuser. He's still, like the young lady said, there's no hope for them. I think they got something in prison where they give you something and it takes away some of your sexual urges, or they castrate you, or whatever they can do, chemically castrate you, right? There's some things they can do like that. But generally speaking, most of our people who are really doing this stuff to our young are just living their lives like quietly. I had a friend of mine out here just about a week or two ago. I had hired this guy. I had him as a sales rep, like maybe 3 or 4 months, right? And then all of a sudden, he had to go off and do some other job or whatever, referee, doing whatever. He's a referee, right? And I always run into him in the mall, either the one on the south side, maybe the one on the north side, but he's always in the mall. He's always got his referee shirt on. And I thought, so instinctively, I'm like, I bet this dude is trying to talk to women who have kids. I think that instinctively I'm like, something's wrong with that. Like, so we all have to have our antennas up, because there's people who are lying. They're lying and waiting for those opportunities to strike. So it's just a community-based awareness that we all have to be aware of. It's all a collective way of keeping these things from happening. And if there's someone who does show that they've got the signs of being kind of a loner, kind of a creeping around and being
That's predatory behavior.
Yeah.
That's predatory.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, someone told me this and it didn't dawn on me that it was actually true, but they said real men don't like being around little girls. Like literally, you just don't feel
That's
comfortable.
absolutely
You just
correct.
don't. Yeah, you don't feel comfortable.
And
Like
they
the
can
little
tell
girls.
their little girls.
Yeah.
You can tell that that's a 14-year-old or a 16-year-old. Like you said earlier in your conversation, the mind alone is a giveaway. You might have a young preteen or early teen that might be developed, but her behavior and her mind, even mature ones, you can tell they're young. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And the consent, you have to be the adult about it. That's it.
You do. You absolutely do. But I think what I'm asking us all to be able to do from this point on is, I know if I'm in the store or the mall or whatever, and some little girl, doesn't matter what culture she is, but she comes near me or whatever, I feel like I'm repelled by it. I almost like, ugh. I don't know where that came from. Literally, I've got a daughter, I've got kids, but for some reason, a little girl coming down the aisle that I'm just, ironically, I'll just start moving, and it's not even to do anything with why I feel uncomfortable. It just seems like I don't want this little girl to feel comfortable coming up to me as a stranger. I just don't want her having a reason to have to say anything to me. And I mean, it's one of those sort of things where, a little girl or a little baby or whatever will smile at you and wave. That's about all you're going to get out of me. But just have a small talk conversation and start, hey, you like this toy? No, you ain't never going to get that out of a real man. A real man, that's just not, you can't be around somebody else's child. That's it. And even when you're dating a woman who's got children, it's like you got to know. You can't be trying to buddy up and friendy up with them. I mean, I get it if you're in a relationship and it's gone some months and you kind of lived in and you kind of have a real sense that this is going to be something that's going to go somewhere. Okay, well then let's start talking about how we're going to move forward. But no, not from the beginning. Don't be bringing gifts. Don't be trying to, you got to watch your six. That's all I'm saying. As a community, watch your six, because they're all around us. The R. Kelly is just one example that's a spotlight that's on him right now, but it's everywhere. It's in every neighborhood. It's in every family. There's an uncle or somebody who's doing stuff like that. So, but as far as Robert's concerned, he's going to get his help. I think they're going to do everything they can psychologically for him. But he's also going to get some help realizing that he's going to know what it feels like to be raped. He's going to know what it feels like to be taken advantage of. Everything he thought he was trying to do by having power over these young ladies or women and men, he now is living that life. He's actually probably being tossed around. I'm sure they've got him in some sort of protective situation, but even there, they have ways to get to you. So
yeah, they got him in a cell with one of the insurrection dudes. Wow. I don't know if he's still in there with him, but that's where he was. He was serenading this guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. My man, he's lived that life. He's done those things, and there was really no help. Everybody around him was just kind of like a yes man. So, and partaking in it. And that's probably the biggest insult to injury that I believe is why is he the only one who's truly being called up on charges? Because, there were lots of folks that were hanging out and being there and even partaking, and that's really kind of the most horrible thing about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, he committed the crime. That's why he's being called.
Do you mean the only one in his camp, or are you just saying in industry? Are you talking about his camp?
I'm talking about this camp.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of these people they're on the stand against him because otherwise they're facing time.
Yeah.
Some of these people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
I think some of them need to do some time though, because some of them need to be locked up with them.
Well, they're definitely going to be all together. And one thing, in every prison, there's a cell block full of what they call, I guess, a transgender or trans.
Oh gosh.
So,
yeah.
Oh, fun boys.
Yeah, there you go. And I think Robert's going to end up being part of that, because that's the only place where he would be safe, like literally. And maybe even there, it's not even safe. But that's a real possibility that he literally is going to transition into something other than R. Kelly. Maybe they'll be calling him Roberta or something. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God. I was wondering where you were going with that.
Hey,
Uh,
hey.
T in the chat is asking, when do they offer mental health service in jail? Is that what you were referring to when you said he's going to get the help that he needs? Mental health?
He's going to get help. He's going to get help in more ways than just that professional help of a psychiatrist or psychologist. He's going to get some help with understanding when big, ugly, burly, rusty men are banging you all against the brick wall. He will realize that there is consequence to his actions. And if he is, because he's got a lot of people who are trying to figure out ways to say that it was, mental this and mental that and whatever, they're going to come up with the most elaborate way to try to get him out of it. But I don't think he's going to get out of it. I really don't. I mean, it's just too much.
Because his arrogant. And then beating on those kids, he want to videotape the beatings and stuff. He's not that big grown man knocking the girls upside the head. I mean, I'm surprised he ain't killed nobody by now. Like, nobody didn't hit their head or something or cause brain trauma or, a heart attack, or a mom that had distress of knowing what a child had been through in the hospitals. Like, he don't understand and he don't care. He really don't care to me. The behavior he displaying, even in the courtroom. He didn't get excited until he heard a song being played. He ain't giving a damn about what he's facing. I think he really kind of check up out of here while he's sitting there in the courtroom. Like, his whole mind and spirit traveled in a whole nother dimension. He's out in outer space. But honey, when he hear that damn music come on, he come back and back in the courtroom and join people. But other than that, and then he just don't care. He doesn't care about no kind of human being. He doesn't even have no kind of human feelings or ways in his heart. I don't even think he.
Well, there's a name for those kind of people, and they're called sociopaths.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like a sociopath. He's very psychotic. That's he's loony. I mean, he wants girls to dress up like his daughter. Like, you're fantasizing about sleeping with your child and your mother.
Yeah, call me daddy.
Daddy. He wants the barrettes and the bows, and that's the age, I guess, around the time he lost his parental rights. So he's fantasizing about of your child. You want somebody to act like so that means you're visualizing you ruin your child.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, he was probably capable of some more deviant behavior had they not really finally, got him. But let's just say, R. Kelly he's not normal, and he probably was never normal. But money and power and fame, just extreme lifestyle, it just took what he was twisted inside and just made it 100 times worse. And that's the problem with certain people. And they would say that if you're if you're a bad person, well, guess what? When you get rich, you're going to be a horrible person.
Right. It magnifies.
It magnifies takes it to the next level. And so that's what you got with somebody who's had some sexual deviant thoughts. He obviously, it magnified. And everybody knew that there's something not quite right. Like,
Yeah, you do. Yep.
Let me shout out real quick, T-Bone and Tavier, the Savior. Welcome back, and Candace. I wanted to say too, real quick about him, Robert Kelly Sylvester, that he also, from what we can see, that we've been looking at this, we've been dealing with this stuff for 2 years, more than 2 years now. So we kind of know that he's somebody who kind of doesn't take care of his business. Like, he's so managing these girls, but he's not managing himself. Like, his businesses, his homes, losing stuff. Like, he doesn't seem to, even his own health care, his own body, his grooming, his hygiene, things like that. He just seemed to throw it all, like he just didn't give a shit about any of it. Like, he didn't care. The only thing he seemed to control and care about is that music and these girls and boys. Other than that, he didn't really seem to put any mind or thought into much in McDonald's. That's it.
Wow.
Yep.
It's like he had to feed a sexual beast that he just could never satisfy. He got more and more deviant. He got more, well, he thought he got more and more slicker. He had all the enablers. He had no one around him that ever, just called him out on his crap,
Yeah. Can you play
Nobody
that
loved him enough.
That one video for Big L before he since with R. Kelly talking about it's too late.
Oh, you want to see that?
I didn't know you seen it. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, let's watch it, Goddess.
Okay.
That one and the one at Huffington Post, either one of them, that shows a lot.
Yeah, he speaks and have his last meeting with his handlers when he found out the feds was looking into him, and this is mind frame.
Here we go.
Check it out. You don't understand. I am handcuffed like a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm handcuffed by my destiny. It's too late. They could have did this shit 30 years ago. It's too late. The music has been injected into the world. Okay? I hired my motherfucking self. I want to propose a toast to all the strong motherfuckers in here right now.
You weren't in there, were you, Big L?
Like you is why I still continue to do what I do. As long as I got the ball, the world is on me.
As long as he had the ball, child. And wow. That's that arrogance right there.
Yeah, but all of that is vanity. And unfortunately, the money is the only reason why he got away with as much as he got away with. And that ain't going to happen now. That's not going to help him.
Oh, my God.
The slow just transition of them finally catching this dude. Because, everybody knew.
Gotta show him that evidence.
Fuck you, R. Kelly, bitch!
Sorry. Yeah, the evidence train. We got to do that lastly, too. Yes, we get crazy over here by this guy. Let's see. Evidence train. Are you keeping up at all with this trial, or are you just kind of like been there, you kind of just feel like what's up? And
I know what's up. I know what the inevitable outcome is going to be. What I think the most significant thing could happen out of all of this is that this is an extreme version of what happens every day. Somebody's child is being introduced to something that is not normal for their age, and it will change them for life. So I want to make sure that, this is R. Kelly. It's sensationalism at its best, but it's ultimately an underlying truth that it's important not to lose that focus of that truth. And that is, we all have to be vigilant and figure out a way to move forward and learn from this situation so that we don't ever have another R. Kelly. Let's stop them at the gate, because everybody's accountable. Everybody. And there's no excuses. You never will have an excuse to deal with somebody who's not of age, who cannot be of consent. And even if they're not at consent and they've got a parent that is twisted up and they're allowing something like that to happen, whether it's a girl who's dating a dude and she's letting him have her way with her daughter, there's a lot of sick, twisted things that happen in this world. And it's important for, as a community, if you find something that don't seem to sit right with your spirit, because you do have some sort of instincts about this sort of thing, say something. You know what they say, see something, say something. And as a community, we should be able to protect those who can't protect themselves. That's all I had to say about it, so.
Okay. That's a bell for you.
Oh, I like that spirit. Awesome.
Yes.
Love
so
it.
thank you for all the insight and coming on here and, letting us into your world a little bit.
Well, I'm part of yours now. I done saved you and liked you, so I'm going to be hearing all sorts of stuff you talk about. So.
Hey. Well, you're welcome on the panel anytime. We need the testosterone. We say that all the time. Bring the testosterone. Bring it on.
Hey, absolutely.
As long as it's not R. Kelly's.
Hey, no. We don't even know what he got. Yeah.
We don't know what he got. I don't think he has any more
We,
testosterone.
we ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
And
At
we
the
don't
end of the
want
day,
to.
guys, you know, we do have love for each other. I love seeing positive sisters do positive things. Um, you know, the well-spoken, well put together thought. There's absolutely what you said is so true. That you will never get a pass to take advantage of the youth and take advantage
Right.
of those who have no right. So I
Right.
think that's all well and good. We're all in agreement here. Let's just try to make a plan to move forward and stay in touch and make sure that if we see something, say something. Make sense?
Absolutely.
All
And
right.
with that said, actually, I would like to do that. And Yulita, if you hear me, email me, please, or somebody email me. My email is in the description of this video, also in the about section of this channel. Shoot me a email so we can get a conversation going because I have questions. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. Anybody else with any parting words? Going on 2.5 hours, and it's during the week, so you know how we do. If Joy testifies tomorrow or somebody of that caliber, we will come on. Otherwise, we'll be back Saturday. Go ahead, Love Warrior.
Oh, I just wanted again to shout out LT and thank you so much for your insight, your honesty, and your voice. It's so much needed that we come together as men and women. And Godson mentioned last night that it is also a spiritual warfare, and we need to be enlightened and be aware of that also.
Oh,
we
I
just
said
really
that tonight.
appreciate you.
Every night.
Appreciate you, King. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, Queens. Thank you. You guys have a great night.
You too.
All right, bye now.
Soon. Bye. All right, people. So I was going to do the Instagram thing, but it's a lot on that Instagram thing. That's like a whole thing. That's probably tomorrow. Like if we have a little testimony, maybe we can do the Instagram thing too, because that Instagram account has some juice. I'm telling you, some tea, some hot tea.
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
Into that, but not tonight because it's too much.
Oh.
Huh? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I asked with Miss Boom Boom here. She jumped off.
Oh yeah, I forgot. What happened to her? She went back to sleep.
She turned over and fell asleep. She never got up. She never sat up.
She knows she's always welcome here.
She was doing a sit up.
Doing her half a sit up. And Miss Della over there doing the other half. Tag team.
I am here.
Judge is here.
The judge.
My fingernails.
Well,
it is nice.
Well, I appreciate everybody for hanging for 2.5 hours on this Thursday night. And if we're not back tomorrow, we'll be back Saturday. Hopefully you will you're subscribed so you get the notifications, first of all. Join the member channel if you haven't done that. We're starting chapter 5 of Baby Girl, better known as Aaliyah.
Yeah.
I have
so good.
Yes, a good book, y'all.
Oh my God.
Spilling tea too in that book.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Show is.
Bye, R. Kelly.
Okay.
Bye. You gonna be told.
Stop it. He can't stop it. It's done deal. So I just want to
need some PJ on the way out.
We can do that and give some hearts and give Joy her love and hashtag free Joy and all that good stuff. Any last words then before we convene? That's it. We good. I appreciate Big L, Yulita. Thank you for she got him right on the line. She's a go-getter. Okay. You ain't gotta ask her twice. I already know.
Go get her. Go get her.
All right, y'all.
Hey.
Yes. Let's get these hearts and these bells out here.
You're a warrior.
Yes.
You're a warrior.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. We the dog.
Thank you, Yolanda. We love you.
Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Yeah.
So big.
Oh my God.
He's a hater. Hey.
Hey.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What week is this? Week 3? Going into week 4? Hey.
Yeah.
The things that makes the fame, all the fakes and haters. I
Woman,
know
yes.
then I see them later. Everybody asking questions like, what's up with Frazier?
Don't believe the other side's lies, people. Don't believe the lies. There is strong testimony and even stronger evidence. Dope, bitch.
Yo.
They had DNA evidence today that proves his sperm is his sperm. Thank you, Jawanda Page Johnson. Yes. Good night, Candace. She said, drop it. Hey. This is my bird right here. This is the kid right here. Here comes PJ, baby. Hey, one's for the money, two's for the show, three's for the dope, cause you know we about to blow. Oh! And you niggas ain't listening. First place, so don't ever ask what my position is. King in my city, got the key to my city, never be anybody. Hey!
All right now, goddess, you got that serious flow there, mama.
Hey, yeah, we gotta have a high frequency and high vibration, people. Take these vibes with you, attract all the best things and the highest things the universe has to offer you. I'm telling you, don't stay in the muck. Hey, free joy, baby. Free joy, baby.
Hashtag the jury gonna make it make sense.
There we go. Hey.
We love you, Joy. Go home, Joy. We the dope.
What you say, beautiful?
I said hashtag the jury gonna make it make sense.
The jury gonna make it make sense, y'all. Till next time.